From calling out Jimmy Kimmel to his face,
Some liberals are so stupid the way that they handle Trump.
to destroying Dan Patrick on live TV.
This is your inner child and your mother didn't hug you and now you're putting it on me.
Here are 9 times Bill Burr made interviewers regret their questions, starting with left-leaning Jimmy Kimmel, who asked Bill for his political opinion.
I want to see a great case thing on like narcissism. Liberals are so stupid the way that they handle Trump.
What do you mean?
You should shut up. He's a narcissist. Neutral energy.
Yeah, you think
Neutral.
After that indirect burn, Bill gave Jimmy a reality check.
You know what I think he was? I think he was a one-hit wonder. Right? He wrote The Twist. And then that was it. He was on the casino circuit, and then you idiot liberals wrote him Twist again when you indicted him. And now he's a martyr.
And now
he's coming back, Jimmy.
The peppermint twist is back.
Coming back. It's going to be great for comedy. He's coming back.
But Bill soon made it clear that he was not a big fan of either side.
I want somebody in their 40s, somebody that's going to have to live with their decisions. I don't want, like, you know, with any luck, they'll both natural causes before the election. And maybe you could get somebody that still has something to live for.
Wow.
You know?
And when Jimmy pushed back, Bill shut him down fast.
This year, you're not going to get a visit from Santa, but you are going to get a visit from the Secret Service.
Why? I said peacefully.
Oh, you did? I didn't hear peacefully.
I did.
Oh,
No, and then you threw that in.
I must have thrown that in, yeah. Bill Burr is
Wait
here.
a
He
minute.
means no harm.
How long you been wearing suits? You're supposed to unbutton the coat when you sit down.
No,
It's
that's
been
not
bugging me
true.
the whole time.
And viewers loved every second of it. Ha! I love that Bill called out Jimmy for empowering Trump by always talking about him and attacking him. Narcissists need neutral energy. Bill calling Jimmy an idiot liberal to his face made my day. And just like Jimmy, Dan Patrick regretted not stopping Bill from discussing certain topics on his show.
I had some guy that he made the mistake of either his contract ran out or it didn't run out, and he went to a different supper club and performed that was run by a different family, and they damn near beat him to, like, he had to learn how to talk again, like they cut him, like, tongue hanging out of his neck and stuff. He's a comedian.
Way to bring things down here, Billy.
The atmosphere was already uncomfortable, but Dan pushed it further by fishing for compliments.
Been able to follow, and it's been great.
Oh, well,
You've been a lot of fun.
I appreciate it, man.
So you're trying to bring it back, feel good.
Yeah,
family.
it is. Well, hey, I've been a big fan of yours for a long time. You know what I mean?
That's faux.
No,
That
it
is
isn't.
faux
No.
sentiment.
I'll tell you what. You were part of the only last generation of sports anchors on ESPN that knew the highlight wasn't about them.
And as Dan got personal, Bill did too.
It'd been nice if you said that and then I complimented you.
You want to do it over again? Can we do this? This thing's on a delay, isn't it?
See, you know, that's you. That's the dark side of you that you didn't want to say something nice. I get it. But me, I'm sort of the Jimmy Fallon of sports guy.
This is your inner child and your mother didn't hug you and now you're putting it on me.
But instead of de-escalating the situation, Dan only made it worse.
Somebody's got to go first in the compliment game. So what are you saying? I always have to go first? That's kind of egotistical.
It's nice
isn't it?
if you go first
Oh,
for
okay.
a change.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I said nice things last time about you. You could have said that last time you were here when you were hungover. It always comes back to that, doesn't it, Billy?
I can't tell if you're being passive-aggressive or if you're actually being nice here. I don't know.
As the interview came to an end, however, Bill fired one last sarcastic shot.
Bill Burr doing big boy things.
Look at him.
Look
all
at
dressed
you.
up doing the town.
Look at you. We'll take a break here. Thank you, Billy.
Thank you, Dan. You know what? I love your glasses.
Thank you, Bill.
See, that was first. Now you're supposed to say something about my jacket. It's from the Han Solo collection.
We'll be back right after this.
But while Bill only called Dan out in retaliation, he took Bobby Lee to task right away on his podcast.
You look like a guy that was so shady he had to move to Key West.
I do.
Yeah,
Right
and you
now?
go like, hey, man, where you from? You're like, hey, no, I lived in a lot of places.
Right now I do, because of my energy?
No, the whole outfit.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Can I move
Like
on?
if I was doing something like underhanded, I'd be like, you know, this is a guy, I bet this guy knows some people.
And as they moved on from attire to aging, Bill kept dropping bombs on Bobby.
Gingers don't have an adult face until like our 50s.
Yeah, Koreans too.
Huh? Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we get along.
We get along so good.
But is it like a
When
Korean?
he gets in his 60s, his mustache connects with that shit on his chin.
Does it, like, you know how Asians, it just happens overnight? And you
Yeah.
like wake up and you're like, oh, shit. It's not a gradual aging.
yeah.
It's like an overnight aging.
Yeah.
Does that
Is that
happen
why you
with...
guys broke up?
But when Bobby's girlfriend made a confession, Bill clapped back on her behalf.
No, that's what he told me last week. He's like, you're still really pretty, but like really old. So I'm like, oh.
Why would you say no? You're gorgeous. You have You have non-traditional good looks. Ever seen that?
Whoa. That seems not good.
That's what they
That seems
always
like an
say.
attack.
That's what they say. That basically means if you weren't famous, you'd be ugly.
And as Bobby resorted to his weird antics, Bill gave him a friendly smackdown.
I never understood sports before the Premier League. Like when I used to watch.
Let's make this as intimate as possible.
No. I'm just. May I touch you here for a
Am I
second?
supposed to be uncomfortable?
No. I'll just hear this. But when I'm saying that, back in the day when I grew
With your wispy facial hair? You look like you transitioned.
But that's not the only time Bill busted Bobby's balls. He did it again when he crashed Bobby and Andrew's Bad Friends podcast.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen,
the
great Bill Burr.
Can I tell you
Great
something?
Bill Burr. Yeah.
How many times every night we see each other at the store, and now you're acting like we don't live in the same city? Like, oh my God, like I came in from New Zealand.
It's the last person I ever expected to come into the studio.
All right, do it one more time, but not as well.
And right off the bat, Bill started dunking on Bobby.
Somebody just said you just missed Bobby Lee. So I was like I was looking for your car. The first thing I was looking for was a bumper hanging off the and I don't see his car here.
Yeah.
The perpetuation of the stereotype is real. Bobby got in an accident the first month he had the car, and then now again.
Yesterday.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with Asians. It just has to do, he doesn't care.
But before he left for good, Bill couldn't help but sneak a few more jabs in.
It just so happens you got into 2 car accidents within a month.
Yeah. Okay.
I know, but does that offset Tokyo Drift?
Can I tell you guys what I learned?
Can you not? Can you?
Well, I have something I learned.
You talked the whole show.
He learned something.
I learned something.
Listen, let Asian Bobby Kelly say something.
Just like Bobby loosened up with Bill and instantly regretted it, this next interviewer tried to get too comfortable and got shredded for it.
If we went to a movie together, would we sit next to each other? Would you want a seat between us?
You know, oh, Jesus.
Because that's a tough
I'd want to sit like 9 rows behind you and just tug on your ponytail.
You savage.
That's what I would do. Scream 1988 is over.
But the interviewer's real regret began when the TV crew asked Bill to read the comments on their last interview.
What do you have on the sheet?
What do I get? Evidently, this is some highlights from our last
That was a
unbelievable
shot, but I love
intro.
it. Let's
I
roll
liked
with
how
it.
Bill Burr kept turning the tables on that honky douche. Oh, these are comments.
These are comments.
The dude kept trying to tool him, but Burr just tooled him back and busted on him. I like how Bill just ripped this douche a new asshole. Jesus, Southside Steve, what a joke.
And when things kept going downhill, even Bill joined in on the fun.
Steve-O wouldn't know irony if it tried to choke him out. He's like a giant 225-pound visual gag, but whatever. International male catalog sales would be down like 79% for the fourth quarter if Stevie stopped buying any more clothes. Who let the wannabe wrestler? You really do look like Triple H.
No.
That time, Bill let the comments do the roasting, but he didn't hold back when comedian Rick Glassman started opening up about his mental issues on his podcast.
It's very relevant to things I've experienced in my past that's happening now. I think I will want to edit this out.
You were an exotic dancer.
I was diagnosed with autism 5 years ago. I'm being serious.
I'm laughing seriously. That's fucking great.
And I've developed a lot.
Let's go to Vegas. We'll win a bunch of money.
And when Rick brought up his mental health again, Bill wasn't going to let it go.
My OCD during the first year and a half of COVID was insane.
How about the fact that I saw you take your shoes off and I just took my shoes off?
I appreciate that.
I just saw it.
Yeah. It's the name of my podcast.
I saw the way you walked 3 feet from your apartment and still locked the door. I was like, all right, this guy is a very particular dude.
But little did Rick know that Bill was just getting started.
This looks like a sitcom set with the trophy, the random basketball up on the mantle, and autographs thing. This is just... Are we going to go to some sort of Regal Beagle or coffee place after this where you meet your impossibly good-looking friends with their giant apartments?
I'm on a show now. It comes out in a few months.
Are you Ross from Friends?
Later on, Bill mocked Rick's entire outfit and took a shot at his autism for the final time.
You look like a f***ing pro tennis instructor. I feel like if I talked to you for another 5 minutes, I could go at least to the 3rd round of Wimbledon. You seem like a grass surface kind of guy.
One of the things that
What's in this, by the way?
Chicory root, some type of sweetener, cold brew coffee, oat milk.
And autism.
Just like he did on the podcast, Bill was as unfiltered on a Swedish live TV interview when he responded to a host with a controversial joke.
Welcome to Sweden.
Well, thank you.
You have been here before, right?
Yes, I have. I came here in August of 2009. My first time ever coming to Sweden. And I got to tell you, I got to go with on this one. You guys are some good-looking sons of... Yes. Some of the best looking people I've ever seen.
And if once wasn't enough, Bill went in for round 2.
You talk a little much about the relationships as well. Do you have a girlfriend?
Yes.
Or?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. She's an angel because she puts up with me. And we recently got a pit bull, which I know a lot of people don't like because they ate a couple of kids. I understand. They're great dogs, unless you're a bad owner. If you're a psycho, which I am.
While Bill made the Swedish regret asking him about his trip, he made the hosts of the Breakfast Club regret asking him about his marriage.
You've been married 11 years, and you said you finally got it right. What were you
Yeah.
getting wrong for so long?
He didn't know happy wife was happy life.
Yeah, which sounds cute. It's a threat.
What do you mean?
Happy wife, happy life. What do you mean, what do I mean?
I've been married 20
Yeah, and you're
3
smart
years.
enough to say, what do you mean, so I say it, and so you don't walk home. Don't try that slick shit.
Soon, another co-host tried to make false accusations, only for Bill to demolish him.
So you think God is a rabid dog that needs to get put down? Like a billionaire?
No, I don't think that. Jeez, that was the, you remember me of that fucking English guy? That awful head. The hell's his name? I can't remember his name. He's
Piers Morgan?
he's always saying like
Piers
that.
Morgan.
You're saying you don't like babies. Is that what you're saying?
But when the conversation moved to religious beliefs, Bill made his stance clear.
Do you think about dying? 'Cause you just said reincarnation.
Yeah, but not in a bad way. I don't believe in an angry God, and I don't believe that he's going to judge me. It's like you made me.
Yeah.
Did I fuck up? Well, that's your mistake.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, I always equated if I built a car and it doesn't start up, I mean, I'm going to get mad at the engine.
As the host tried to correct him, Bill scorched him for good.
But if you tell him we had put this type of gas in it and somebody put something else in it and it f***ed up, it's not the builder's fault.
Is that the devil analogy?
No, I'm just talking.
Because, like, my thing is...
just talking.
You just went reverse Henry Hill. I'm just listening. I'm just talking.
But while it was interviewers this time, Bill didn't spare his fans either on an episode of Actually Me.
When is Bill Burr's next special coming out? Aren't there enough? There are enough fucking stand-up specials? Jesus Christ, they put out one a week. That's classic me. This person's like a fan. They want to know when my next work, and I take it as like a, let's go, let's go. Like, that's how I heard it. I'm learning.
And as Bill was grilling his fans, he caught an old friend in his crossfire.
Okay, how come John Lovitz looks exactly the same as he did in 1993? Oh, that's because his dad is a basset hound. He comes from a long line of sad people. And he's funny from a distance, but if you get too close to him, that sadness comes on you. He's a horrible human being. Sorry, John. They're saying you haven't aged?
For the first few questions, it was obvious that Bill was just having fun until he exposed this next person for making this comment. Prosperity is never guaranteed regardless, so why not fail at what you love rather than fail at something you don't care about?
All right, I don't understand why they had to jump on what I said. That's like a big thing, like on Instagram. Like somebody's doing something and all of a sudden your f***ing head is just sitting there and like, it's like this person's playing an amazing guitar solo. I can't enjoy it unless I see what your reaction is. That's a major red flag for a narcissist, which is something you need to learn to recognize.
And while he held back for his fans, he came out guns blazing for this reporter who didn't have a fashion sense.
I've always wanted a short sleeve sport coat.
Yeah.
I think that I feel like that's what's the world's been missing,
I mean, seriously.
Yeah, with the global warming, but you still want to look presentable at work. I think you're onto something
I don't
here.
think you get forearms like this.
Although
though.
I don't know you need the little solar panel fucking necklace you got there. It's costume jewelry to the next level.
And as the interviewer asked absurd questions, Bill matched his energy with his answers.
Are you gonna be in Star Wars?
You mean Star Wars?
Yeah.
It's like the perfect sci-fi. Dude, Star Wars. Lightsaber. Yes, I am. The Mandalorian. I don't know. I believe that qualifies, right? I feel like you're setting me up for something. You gonna be in Star Wars? When does that come out? What do you think, you're fucking bigger than me?
But when the reporter started making it about himself, Bill quickly humbled him.
Just not a fan of it.
Great. So am I supposed to help you out with that?
No, but maybe I will.
Dude, you are too old for this Instagram vibe. He asked me all these questions about it like he gives a just to bring it back to him. Like I'm supposed to be like, wow, you never saw an episode? Jeez, you're interesting. Do you read books?
No, I don't read either. I can't read.
Joking. I know you don't read.
And after roasting the interviewer's IQ, Bill went straight for his outfit next.
I gotta tell you, dude, I just love your outfit. Like, it's from like all different decades, everything that was cool. Those Jordans were cool in the early 90s. These were cool jeans in the 2000s.
What kind of pants are they?
What kind of pants are those? Those are inside out, stone washed, overcast gray grape smugglers.
But when the guy tried to stop Bill's roast with his promotion, his plan backfired.
And then you got the sport coat that matches Pete Carroll's pants.
Right. What about the
You
Monday,
got
what about the
costume
Monday
jewelry?
shirt? Let's talk about the Monday shirt.
The shirt kind of stinks. You want to cover that up. You want to less is more with that. Jesus Christ, dude. This was like a burlap sack that you just can put a collar on. This is terrible.
And that just goes to show Bill would never let it go when interviewers ask stupid questions.